Mystery solved?
You won't even admit it now, will you, Kelly?
This isn't Cruz. Listen to this. I never meant to hurt you or Reese, but Jody and I have always loved each other. We're finally going to have our chance to be together. You probably figured out by now that I arranged for the kids to be down in Mexico so that we can pick them up sometime soon. I mean, please!
Right. That doesn't sound like Cruz.
Not in a million years. And if you were thinking rationally, you'd realize that they would never run off in the middle of the night like a couple of thieves.
No, Kelly, that's exactly what they are. They're a couple of thieves. They even robbed me of my daughter. Jody had finally admitted it in this letter that Cruz is BJ's real father.
He doesn't look infected yet.
Good.
Are you in much pain?
Only when I dance.
Here.
Getting kind of low.
Yeah, don't argue with me. I've had my share, okay? Just drink it. Take some more of these, too. It has got to be 110 degrees in here.
You know, I'm sure that they've read the letters by now, and I'm sure that Kelly read between the lines and knew that I didn't mean what I said. Plus, I screwed up my handwriting as much as I could without being too obvious about it.
Yeah, well, I couldn't risk that because good old Frank knows me too well. So now, of course, Reese is going to think the worst.
Yeah, but not for long. The truth will come out, it always does. You know, you look tired. Maybe I try to get some rest.
These are our last moments on Earth. I don't want to miss a single one of them.
You almost convinced me you hated me.
I tried to hate you, Frank. I was just confused.
Almost as confused as I am right now.
I just want us to be close like we were before. I don't want to get you into trouble.
I just wish you had this change of heart before you wrote the article, before you talked to Castillo, telling him about the, quote, disgusting, horrible things I did to you.
I'm sorry. I really am.
Prove it.
Frank is the one that planted it in your brain that Cruz was BJ's father, so doesn't it figure to you that he'd have her write that in the letter?
Kelly, this is crazy! I threw Jody out of the house because she lied about Cruz. Now those letters prove that I was right. And to listen to you, we're dealing with some psychopath here who's holding them hostage, making them write these lies? Where's the proof? You have come up with incredible accusations about a friend of mine, and you have absolutely no proof.
Except that your daughter looked me in the face and admitted it to me in front of Uorren.
I don't know what she really said to you and Uorren, but I do know this. Not long ago, she had a pleasant conversation with Frank in this office in front of Vic, and then walked out those doors with him of her own free will.
The same kind of free will that Cruz went on that roof with that crazy ex-con. Remember that? His free will was that.
What are you saying? That Frank held a gun to her? Vic, come on!
I didn't see any weapon or any use of force, but then again, I wasn't looking.
And he also didn't hear what was being said between the two. You have no idea where they went?
I did. Look, they didn't say, and I didn't ask.
We came here to find Frank, right? So let's go find Frank and talk to him. We should go to the cabin.
All right, I'll make a call.
No, God, I think we should just surprise him, maybe.
Vic, are you buying any of this about Frank at all?
Look, I don't know Frank very well, but I do know Cruz, and I don't believe he'd write a letter like that. Nor would he take off with his best friend's wife.
Right. He didn't do either. Let's go. Please?
Please try to understand. Everybody kept saying that the kind of relationship that we had was wrong. I was scared. I panicked. And then I realized I could lose you forever. I couldn't stand the thought of it. If I could go back and do everything differently, I would never have written that article. I never would have talked to Cruz. You know, maybe I could convince Cruz that I was lying. That I'd only made up that abuse story to get into print. And then when Uorren insisted that I reveal my sources, that I just pretended that it was me, just to cover.
Well, we don't have to worry about Cruz anymore if he's run off with your mother.
I know I could convince him. If I could see him. If I could see both of them again. And then you and I could go back to being the way we were.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
It could be.
Who else knows BJ? And tell me the truth.
Nobody. Cruz won't be a problem. I know I can make him understand if I can find him.
Maybe he just doesn't want to be found.
Let it ring. This is more important. You know, you were right all along, Frank. I always wanted what we had, just like you did. I couldn't be happy another day in my life if something happened to you. I couldn't bear it. I love you, Frank.
You don't know how much and how long I've waited for you to say those words to me. But how do I know you're not going to change your mind again?
I promise you I won't. I want things to be right for us. The only way I know how to do that is to tell them I made up the story.
I wish it was that simple.
It could be.
Yeah. Well, I gotta get out of here. I gotta think.
What are you
Before they
doing?
all barge in here.
What are you doing, Frank?
I'm packing. I can't take everything.
Take everything where?
Anywhere the wind will take me.
If you go away, I'm going with you. Please don't leave me, Frank.
Did I hear you right? Do you really mean that?
Yes. Look, I know a restaurant where we can go. Nobody will find us. We can just figure everything out, okay?
Okay. Let's go. You're not playing any games with me, are you? 'Cause that would kill me.
You can trust me. Just like you used to. Come on, let's go.
Now, listen, Elaine, I need you to do this for me. I want you to check the windsurfer and anywhere else that you think that she might have gone. And get back to me as soon as you can. Do you understand? It's very important. Thank you.
Maybe you didn't intend to scare me with your phone call, but you did. Now, my mom is missing,
And now BJ, I want to know what's going on, Professor.
BJ was here a little while ago. We were in the middle of a very intense conversation, and Angela walked in, so I had to deal with her. In the meantime, BJ slipped out, but she left me this note.
I'm the only one who can fix it because it's my fault it even started. What started?
She blames herself because your mother and Cruz are in danger, because she told Cruz a secret about herself.
Well, look, I'm sorry. I must be missing something here because I don't understand this.
Your sister was sexually abused as a child for years.
What are you saying?
She never told anyone the truth. Now she's finally come out with it, and the whole thing has gone haywire on her. In her mind, she feels as though it's her fault. She feels guilt and shame and self-hatred, and it sounds as though she's very desperate. You can tell by the last line in the note.
I pray that you can forgive me for what I did and what I'm going to do. Well, what does it mean?
I think she's gonna try and take her life.
What? No, not BJ. She wouldn't do that.
She's either gonna do something to herself or the person that hurt her the most, so she may have gone after him.
Who?
Frank Goodman.
Frank? No, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, Warren.
I confronted her, and she admitted it to me.
No.
Yes, she did, Sawyer. Now, when I found out the truth, things started making sense to me. Making sense about her behavior. Why would she have dressed up like a boy? Why did she hide behind that? And the things that she wrote, you read them? Put two and two together, son. Every time I dealt with her, I could see she was struggling with something inside of her. Something was pulling her apart, and then she would become immediately fragile.
She wouldn't go to that picnic with us. In Florida. My mom and dad, they put it together to welcome Frank home because he was away, and I mean, we were all excited that he was coming back, all of us. I thought, I mean, BJ kept making excuses at the last second why she couldn't be there, and that was right before she left. I mean, God, I never connected her leaving with Frank. I never thought of Frank that way ever, even when... Even when she told me that she didn't like Frank's horse collection that he gave her anymore. You know, I thought that she was being too moody. Damn it. How could this happen, Warren? How could I not even know? How could my parents not know about this? How could I not know?
It's hard to suspect someone that you love and someone that you trust doing something like this. It's not your fault.
Does my dad know about this?
Kelly said that she'd tell him.
Oh, God. Do you think that Frank really did something to my mom and Cruz?
I don't know, but he's a very sick man.
I'll tell you one thing I know. I'll tell you. BJ is not fragile the way you're saying she is. She's a very strong person. And I know that because she wouldn't have been able to survive being on her own the way she was for the past year. Professor, she didn't have any friends, she didn't have any money to help her out. And she made it. She's not gonna kill herself now. Now, maybe you're right. Maybe she's gonna go after him, I don't know.
Where do you think she'd look first?
I would try the cabin first.
I called her, there was no answer, but that doesn't mean anything.
Well, damn it, let's go then.
No. I'll go myself. I think you should go yourself. The more people looking, the better chance we have of finding her.
All right, then. I'll get Aurora, and we'll find her.
Good luck, son.
Okay, you too. BJ? BJ, Frank?
Kelly,
BJ?
Kelly. I told you they weren't here. There's no car outside.
Where could he have taken her?
God, Kelly. Up until tonight, if BJ was with Frank, it'd be one of the few times I wouldn't worry about her. And now you're telling me that he's her worst enemy. That he's some perverse maniac. Kelly, if that's true, I must be the most stupid, blind idiot.
Look, Reese, he had everybody fooled, okay? Now, Cruz and I had a really bad feeling about him, but we never could have dreamed anything like this. What's that?
It's Frank's address book.
He must have been in a hurry if he left that here and he didn't even notice it. What about the rest of his stuff? Where is it? Is it there? Is it there?
His suitcase is gone.
Okay. He knows the heat's on. Now, what more proof do you need?
So when you think about it, it's almost like you and me lived a lifetime by the time we were 18. And I could see myself loving you and living by your side. Or maybe just turning out to be really great friends, best friends like we did. Somehow I never imagined us checking out together though, Joe. It always seemed like we were gonna. But it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okay.
You mean we're really not locked in an abandoned slaughterhouse, ready to go out with a bang?
Well, that, I guess I meant, it's okay because I'm here. Which is maybe a tad arrogant given the circumstances.
You could never be arrogant. But you shouldn't have let me fall asleep.
Kind of selfish of me, though. Just wanted a chance to study your face. Propose.
Because it's usually in motion. Like my mouth.
Ain't that the truth? I was thinking how little you've changed since high school. It seems like I'm gonna look at you and see a 16-year-old when you got white hair and no teeth.
No. I always wondered what people said to each other in situations like this.
The truth is a big comfort.
Reese used to have a saying tacked up over his desk in Florida. What did it say? Time is precious, but trust is even more precious. We may not have time, but we can't have the truth. I love him, Cruz. And he's never gonna know. If we die in here, I can't bear the thought that he's never gonna know that.
No, Joe, he knows it already. He does. Somewhere under all that hurt, you know. It's just that he's always felt the need to test people's love. But someday, when he believes in himself a little more, he'll stop doing that.
God, I hope I'm around to see that. At least we had 20 years together, for better or for worse. But you and Kelly, I mean, you've just started. And it's just not fair. You have to get out of here.
But nobody ever said it would be fair, right? I'm lucky that I did get to know her the way I did, you know. I never thought I'd be able to be in love again. And I am. I love her deeply. She's had such a lousy string of luck with romance, too. I was really hoping to change that.
No, I mean we're making this sound like it's over.
No, I don't mean to do that.
No, I know, but you know what? You are right, because if BJ did tell somebody and they're all trying to put one and one together, then something should have happened by now.
No, well, it's one thing to figure out that something is wrong. It's another thing to figure out that we're stuck in the slaughterhouse. That takes a while, maybe.
But then again, I've always been a sucker for that last-minute rescue in the movies.
Yeah.
We're not gonna die in this place, Cruz.
You know, we really are gonna be okay. There's plenty of time left for somebody to find us.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Maybe I wouldn't feel so anxious if I could, like, whip up a batch of my chocolate chip cookies with nuts. What's so funny?
With nuts? You are, you nut. You always make me laugh. Oh, God.
Well, let's see how well I'm doing if we're still here at 8. Because that is when this place is scheduled to blow. No. You're not going to do this to me. You're not going to sleep. You're not going to go to sleep. You're not going to get tired. You're going to stay awake, because we are going to stay awake in case there's people that might be roaming around out there, you know, out in the stockyard, and they just haven't figured out yet that we might be inside this building. So we're going to do something. We're going to stay awake. We're going to, I don't know, we'll sing. We'll sing a song.
You sing. I don't sing.
No,
I'm shy.
no, it'll make you heal faster, really. We're going to sing, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see, what can we sing? Reunited, and it feels so good. Reunited, 'cause we understood. There's something so perfect, sugar, this world is it. 'Cause here we are excited, 'cause we're reunited. Hey, hey, reunited. Oh, you remember how we used to dance? God, we used to dance all night.
We get out of this, Joe. When we get out of this, I'm gonna dance with you all night, first chance I get.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold you to that. Have I thanked you yet for trying to help BJ?
Well, I guess trying is the operative word, since I underestimated Frank's desperation by him.
Oh, man. Don't berate yourself, because Reese and I underestimated that guy for years. I mean, all those cases, Cruz, all those cases that I worked in child molestation for the task force. And in my heart, I always blamed the family, the parents, for allowing it to happen. Especially if it went on for a long time. I mean, and now I'm one of those parents. I mean, my little girl was violated, and I didn't see anything. I don't know how I couldn't have known that. I don't know how I couldn't have seen it.
I don't know either, Joe. It's such a terrifying thought. We might not be able to protect our kids even when they're little. But I don't stand in judgment of you. Because if it could happen to you or Reese, God knows it could happen to me.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. And besides, BJ has risen above this on some level. You know, she's a remarkable young woman. No matter what part of her he violated, he never touched her beauty or her integrity. From the moment I saw her, I knew that she was a very special person. And you know, during that time when I was wondering if I was her father, I took a little pride in the thought. You know, I think any man would feel proud to have BJ for his daughter, you know.
I need to hear it from BJ. Can't you understand that?
Yes, I can. That's why we're here. We're trying to find her.
She's not here.
I thought you were supposed to stay with her.
Well, she slipped away. You know?
I know what she told me.
Well, what is that supposed to mean? That you're not convinced? She said the same thing to me. She admitted it to me.
Warren, I know, okay? I know all the arguments about what a psycho Frank is, okay? You'll excuse me if it's a little tough to see my best friend and BJ's godfather in that light.
I can understand that
No, I don't need your understanding.
Oh, yes, you do. You need all the empathy you can get. If I was devastated, if I was furious at myself for not helping that girl soon enough, I can only imagine what you're gonna go through as her father. All the signs were there and nobody read them. But your boy can read them.
You spoke to Sawyer.
I spoke to Sawyer. And he sees things now that he never saw before. God, won't you be honest with me, Reese? Tell me, please, that it's the same for you.
I'll tell you exactly what I see, Warren. I see my whole life falling apart. I see the three most important people in my life betray me. And now I'm being told what to think and how to act by somebody I never wanted anything to do with.
I am telling you the same thing.
Where's Sawyer now?
He's looking for BJ.
She's with Frank. She went to the station, they saw each other, they were talking, then they left together. I don't know if she went there to look for him.
She did go there. She left me a note asking me to forgive her for what she was about to do. I think she's gonna try to kill him.
Oh, my God. We have to stop her.
I believe that BJ was afraid that you might know about Frank because you might kill him. But you're not gonna do that, are you, Reese? No matter how much he deserves it. Because it would not only ruin your life, but it would ruin the life of that little girl of yours. And you don't want to do that, do you, Reese?
What is it? What'd you find?
It's Frank's sketch pad. He left the stuff in the bedroom.
What's in it?
Mostly forensic stuff, but there's a sketch of BJ in the back.
Oh, my God.
That's BJ when she was about 10 or 11, taking a bath.
God. Reese!
Want another one?
You're not trying to get me drunk, are you?
I'd just like to see you relaxed.
To tell you the truth, I feel a lot better than I did a little while ago. That's for sure. But it's not because of the booze. It's mostly because of you. Beautiful you. Come here. There's something I want you to know. If you and I don't know, if you come back with me, if we get back together again, I'm not gonna make you do anything you're not ready to do. Do you believe me? Great, great. Because I'm not an animal, no matter what they say will poison your mind against me. I have never forced myself on you. You know that. Except maybe the time in the cabin when you stabbed me with the scissors, but that was a terrible day. I mean, I was crazy that day because I felt so rejected by you. I mean, no matter what I said or did, you looked at me with such hate in your eyes.
It wasn't really me. It was just the way I thought I was supposed to act now that I'm a grown-up.
I hate that word, grown up. You and I are like kids together. A sweet little boy and a beautiful, beautiful little girl. What we did wasn't wrong or ugly because we were so innocent. Our love is pure and innocent. It's the grown-ups that make it dirty because they have dirty minds. I mean, they want us to feel shame for something beautiful, so beautiful. That's a crime, that's a sin. Not two friends loving each other. Don't you feel the same way about this as I do?
If I didn't, I wouldn't be here.
What's like in the Bible, you know? We're like Adam and Eve, driven out of the Garden of Eden. And now we're finding our way back to it.
Yeah. And nobody can stop us.
No, they're gonna try. They're gonna try. That's why we have to go away, far away. Too many people know about our secret. And they'll never understand. Never. All they want is to try to take you away from me. And that would kill me.
It would kill me too. I couldn't live without you.
You do love me, don't you? You really love me. I'm gonna make you real happy, I promise you. And you won't regret anything. Anything.
Well, maybe if you think back a minute, you'll remember seeing them.
I'd like to help you out, officer, but I haven't seen no girl or man tonight who looks anything like that picture. No siree.
I'm really sorry to bother you at this hour, Mrs. Lockridge, but have you seen or heard from BJ tonight? Dr. DeAngelis, Reese Walker, is Sawyer there? I thought maybe... Dark-haired guy driving, probably accompanied by a pretty dark-haired girl. Have you seen either of these people tonight? Now take a good long look at their faces. It's a matter of life or death.
A park can be used by everybody. Families, old people, young people. You can bring your children here for picnics. Play ball games.
There are plenty of parks around here already, but buildings like this are part of our cultural heritage. They can never be replaced.
Who would want to replace an ugly old building like this? What? Even the name is ugly. They used it for slaughtering animals.
It's an architectural gem.
Right.
Turn it into a museum.
Sir, an architectural gem? I fail to see that. Listen, people, I am trying to do something nice for this.
Oh, right, by naming a park after yourself. What an ego trip.
Miss Cassidy, is it true that knocking down this beautiful building and putting in a park is nothing but a big tax write-off for you?
Sir, would you mind stepping forward so I can see who I'm arguing with?
Yes, ma'am, that would be me.
Mr. Moriarty, I failed to recognize you at first. Yes, it's true. If I donate this land to the city, I will receive a tax benefit, but I would make a lot more if I sold it for private development.
You know, your kind never does anything without an ulterior motive, and the people end up getting the shaft, man. How'd you like to spend the rest of the night in jail, buddy? Come on.
Thanks, especially since you're on your side.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cassidy here has just informed me that if you all disperse immediately, she'll reconsider about destroying this nice building.
I will not.
I think you should be learning to be a little bit more diplomatic.
I am very diplomatic. You're asking me to be a liar.
I'm not budging until I hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
All right, listen. Just answer me this truthfully. Would any of you be here if you hadn't read Warren Lockridge's editorial?
We're just grateful to him for bringing this injustice to our attention.
We have
an injustice. I'm giving you a park.
We have an unmarked police car coming up here.
What's going on here?
These people are protesting because they don't want me to blow up this ugly old building in order to replace it with trees and grass.
Have you, either one of you seen BJ or Frank Goodwin tonight?
No, why? Is there something wrong?
I just need to find him.
Well, I don't know about Frank, but if you're looking for BJ, you might try looking for Warren. She never seems to be far behind.
Hey, Reese. You okay?
I don't know, man.
Sorry, guys. Like I told you, we're closing.
Yeah, we got it, thanks. We'll be out of here shortly. Listen, how would you feel if we found a motel for the night outside town? And we'll leave first thing in the morning, just the way we used to. The good old days, BJ and Frank on the road again. Huh? It's wonderful to have you back again, it really is. I mean, you're the only person who really understands me in the whole wide world. I feel so safe with you. And you know I wouldn't hurt a fly. Especially you. I just want them to leave me alone. And let me love you.
I know you do. You're so gentle and good. You know, I know I could make them understand that if I could see Mom and Cruz again. Why don't we just go see Mom before we leave?
So, is this what all this love talk is about? Are you trying to trap me?
No.
Don't lie to me, little girl. Are you trying to set me up? Huh?
What time is it?
We've still got a few hours left.
And I think about all the hours I wished away in my life.
God, I know I would give anything right now for 2 more hours with my kids. I've been promising Chip I would take him fishing. And Adriana wanted me to build a sandcastle with her, and I kept putting it off, you know, because I figured I had all the time in the world.
I was lucky. I at least got to see mine grow up. You know, it's still not enough. Because I want to be able to see them become big shots in their careers. I want to cry at their weddings. I want to be able to brag about my grandchildren. And I want to see Sawyer box in a ring because I understand he's really wonderful.
He is wonderful.
Oh, God, that's right. You were there. I mean, you saw him win that match.
Whipped my brother, damn it.
And I know, in my heart, I know that BJ's gonna write the world's greatest novel. I know that. And I want to know that I can walk into a bookstore and say, that's my little girl's book. She's my little girl. That's her book. I mean, I know that sounds ridiculous.
Not at all. I'd love to read that book too, you know. I wish that I'd have been around. Could have been her godfather. I think I'd have made a good one.
You would have been the best. God, it's ironic. I agonized. And I agonized, and then I made a decision that I knew I was going to have to live with for the rest of my life. And I never anticipated this. I never anticipated us being here like this together. But
What are you talking about?
You know. In your heart, you know. I know you do. There was one thing in the letter that Frank made me write. It was the truth. Even though he didn't know it. BJ is your child.
Oh, no. Oh.